Hey guys, welcome to Dylan's Little Hobbies, and today, well, I can't do this without saying something. I'm sitting on the end of my bed in kind of an odd position. If I want to look at the camera, I gotta go like this. I gotta turn my entire body, which kind of gets annoying, so I might not look at the camera very much. You guys are actually sitting on a box. I usually sit you upon like my computer or something and just face it up so you guys can see my face. But when you do that, you get that odd double chin effect. I'm trying not to get that anymore. It's not the most appealing look, I think. But anyway, you guys are sitting on a box. My hair looks like an anime character, and this is also so I can have the tank in the background. My hair looks like an anime character for the same reason you're sitting on a box. I'm not going to spend money on a tripod, and I should go get a haircut, but my god, I'm taking care of fish. I'd rather spend money on that than spend money on a haircut. Okay, we can sit here the entire video and make fun of my hair, but I think we oughta move on with what was going on, the rest of the video was actually about. Before we do, though, I gotta go on this little rant. You guys, the cameras on phones are actually pretty good, and there's actually editing software for videos on phones today. I prefer using my computer to edit my videos. And a tripod probably would be the greatest thing, but guys, you really just need to find somewhere to prop up the camera and an editing software. That's all you need to make videos. Make videos about whatever you guys want. Make videos about your hobbies. Get onto YouTube. What's the wait? Get onto YouTube. Make videos. After you're done watching this video, go and make videos for yourself just to have a good time. Don't do it just because you think you're going to get 1 million subscribers. I'm not doing this because I want 1 million subscribers. I'm doing this because I want to kind of extend my hobby out there into the world and make some new friends. That's pretty much why I'm doing this today. So, yeah, go make videos. I mean, for God's sakes, you're sitting on a box. You're literally sitting on a box. You don't need much to make videos. I just want to say that before we really get started here. Okay, what we're going to talk about today is I really wanted to talk about measuring your dechlorinator and whatever else you put in your aquarium. And this is actually a really important topic. This could save you time and money. And the first thing that I want to talk about is the method that we use to measure our dechlorinator. If you don't know, we usually use the CAP method. The CAP method is this. Down here, there is 1 millimeter hole in that little circle down there. And then, I don't know if you can see it very well, but there's little lines on the cap here. One says 5 millimeters, and the top line says 10. 10 millimeters per 10 gallons of water, which is fantastic. 5 millimeters for 5 gallons of water, which is just good. And, but the whole problem is when you get into tanks smaller than 5 gallons, like 3.5 gallon aquariums. And some of you guys are keeping betta bowls in 1 gallon aquariums, which, by the way, if you have a betta in 1 gallon aquarium, get a bigger tank now. Bettas can get to about 2 to 3 inches, guys. They don't need to be in such a tiny little bowl. The rule is 1 gallon per inch of fish, right? a 3-inch fish in a 1-inch bowl, in a 1-gallon bowl? No, not a good idea. Get that baya a good 3.5-gallon tank. It shouldn't be less than 3 gallons, your tank, for a baya fish. It shouldn't be less than 3 gallons. But the whole thing is, measuring for that, you really want to be precise with your measurements, right? Because we all want to be precise with our measurements. But the whole thing is, if you have shaky hands, or if you're just not very good at it, it could be really, really hard to pour it. I'm not going to pour it. It could be really, really hard to pour it in that 1mm cup there. It's a little difficult. And it's almost time consuming because you pour in there, you pour too much, you pour it back in, you pour too much out of the cup, then you gotta pour it back in, and it just causes a whole problem. You waste time, you waste effort. It's all just kind of silly, and I just don't like the cap method for that. So what I actually am going to tell you guys to get is, the tip is, and I can't be the first one to come up with this. I can't. But I do want to tell you guys that you really should try this for any tank 5 gallons or less. Get yourself a syringe. This is a $2 syringe I found at Walmart, and it was like, I can't remember the brand, but it was a $2 syringe, and it's a 10mm. I would suggest going with a 5mm one. I would suggest getting one that says 1mm, because on this one it doesn't. It just has 2.5, 5, 7.5, and 10. But 5 to 10mm one is really all you need. If you have a bigger tank, get a bigger syringe. I mean, my God. But this is really, really handy, guys. I swear. And I used it to do a water change on the 3.5-gallon tank earlier today, which I don't know if you guys noticed, but I did a water change on this aquarium too, and that's where I got my next problem, is it exposed my lava bag underneath there, and that's another tip for you guys. If you guys want to add a little bit of level to your aquascape, but you don't want to use pounds and pounds of sand, especially since pounds and pounds of sand, all it does is contract and erode over time, making your aquascape sink in. To fight that, you should put lava rock in a bag, mesh bag, and put it underneath your aquascape to kind of make a sturdier structure underneath the rock and hold it better. That's another tip, bonus tip for you guys. But you see, with such light sand, when you pour water into it, it moves the sand around. Here, let's get a closer shot. It moves the sand around and it exposes the mesh bag. I'm gonna have to fix that pretty soon. We'll do that another time, though. So anyway, back to the topic. Yeah, this is really, really handy to get perfect for your aquariums. And you want to get it perfect, and I'll tell you why. There's 2 reasons why you want to get perfect. First off, you can actually save a lot of money on dechlorinator by doing that. And second off, too much of this could, I don't know, I've never heard of it being a possible threat to put too much of this in your tank, but I don't know, with that much stuff in the aquarium, I don't think that would be a good idea, especially in such a small volume of water like a 3-gallon tank, especially for a 1-gallon tank. So definitely get a syringe so you don't waste time measuring. You just stick it down in there, pull it up, and you're done. Square in your tank, fill it up. I mean, it's not the hardest thing in the world. And other than that, I do have another tip for you guys. I don't know if this is going to make sense or not, but I'm going to try my best. You should only use the amount of dechlorinator for the amount of water that you take out and put back into the... This is a 3.5 gallon aquarium, and what I used to do is I used to pour 3.5 gallons of dechlorinator in there, even though I only take a gallon out, and I was wasting money, wasting time, wasting dechlorinator. I was wasting everything, and I was putting way too much in there. Probably made my first fish a little sick. And that's kind of a problem that you kind of want to watch out for. So what I would suggest doing is, if you take a gallon out, you should only put in a millimeter, which is a gallon of your dechlorinator in there, whatever your dechlorinator number is. For me, I use Stress Coat, which, by the way, you have to say this because you are on YouTube. They are not, I'm not advertising them. They're not paying me to, they're not paying me to put this on my YouTube channel. Okay? 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 Okay. Yeah, anyway. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway. But yeah, like this is only 10 millimeters per 10 gallons of water. But I'm only taking a gallon, or I usually do two gallons out of that tank. So all I have to do is put in two. Actually, that's 2.5, but 2 millimeters of dechlorinator in that water for the water to be safe, for the fish to be safe, for the fish to be healthy, and everything else. So those are my tips today, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, let's go over the tips real quick. Tip number 1, get a syringe for aquarium smaller than 10 gallons. It's very, very easy. You won't waste a lot of time. Just stick it in, pull it up, squirt it. That's all you gotta do. Tip number 2, it was a bonus tip. Put a bag of lava rock, a mesh bag of lava rock, underneath your aquarium aquascape to make a much sturdier platform for your much nicer rocks, and you won't have to waste a bunch of money on a bunch of sand. Tip number 3 is don't put in more tap water, more conditioner than you actually need. You should only put as much conditioner in as much as you taken out. You know what I mean? Put as much conditioner in as much as the water that you've taken out. That's better, I think. And I think that was all my tips, other than the fact that you don't need much to make a YouTube channel. So I'm out. Bye. I'm out, guys. Bye.